Right.
Ma.
16, 17.
That's good. Thank you.
20.
Ooh, I've never panicked so much in my life. What?
It's fine,
2
guys.
minutes.
Right. What's my thing?
Oh, guys, this is. Oh, we're getting marked on this. We've got a minute.
Right, a minute, guys.
We've got this.
You're listening to England versus Ireland on Utter Radio.
Good morning, it is 11 a.m. and you're listening to Utter Radio with myself, Ivana Maxted, and my co-presenter, Henry Drinkwater.
Yes, hello people, and what a lovely morning it is we have today. We sure do have a great show for you with some competition in the studio between Ivana and I. You'll be listening to our very own England versus Ireland, along with our two special guests from each country. Guys, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Daniel from England.
Hi, I'm David from Ireland.
So things may become very heated here in the studio, as coming up we've got a food tasting competition, celebration and tradition comparisons, news and weather reports from each country, and Henry and I will be going head to head in playing a live English and Irish slang quiz with our special guests. So how are you today, Henry? Are you ready for some competition?
Yeah, I'm okay today, and I'm very confident that England are going to win this one.
Oh really? I wouldn't be so
not
sure.
Not a doubt. Anyway, we've got a lot of exciting things lined up, but first let's go to the news with Molly Matthews.
You're listening to England versus Ireland on Utter Radio. Now for the news.
First up in England, a shooting has occurred in Birmingham, resulting in a 23-year-old man being killed. The shooting occurred at 5 p.m. yesterday, and a further 2 men are being treated in hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No one has been arrested and inquiries are still ongoing. The news in Ireland, the rollout of high-speed broadband across the remote parts of the country will begin this autumn at the cost of €3 billion.
You're listening to England versus Ireland on Utter Radio.
Thank you for that, Molly. First up, we have an interesting food tasting competition between traditional English and Irish snacks. We have an interesting food tasting competition between traditional English and Irish snacks.
It's fine.
What's that? Oh, I'm so annoyed now.
I'm so worried now we're going to have like a cow situation again.
I was literally like... Do you like them?
It just tastes like a crisp.
But they're not, they're Tato. Which do you think you'd rather have, Monster Munch or a Tato crisp?
Tato all day.
Monster Munch.
Well, there we have it, another draw. That rounds up our competition.
So what's your overall opinion on the English snacks?
Yeah, they're nice. Quite a lot of them, like the wagon wheels we get them back home. It's hard to beat a good wagon wheel every now and again as well. Nothing compares to the Irish snacks though.
So did you expect Irish snacks to be this good?
I didn't expect this much coconut. That's my takeaway from this.
That's it, ended as 1-1. It's a draw.
There you have it, folks. English and Irish snacks are both as good as each other.
You're listening to England versus Ireland on Utter Radio.
Are you tired of the same boring old crisp? Potatoes. We'll try our new chocolate flavour. New from Tato. Available in all stores now.
Join us at Kendal Calling this July between the 25th and the 28th with headliners such as the Cortinas, Doves, Jerry Cinnamon with a very special guest of Tom Jones and many, many more. Tickets available online now. Do you hear that? It's Kendal Calling.
You're listening to England versus Ireland on Utter Radio.
If you've just tuned in, this is England versus Ireland. We have just listened to our food competition, which did end up being a draw.
The biggest and most obvious Irish tradition was definitely Irish dancing. Let's have a listen to what some people have said about their traditions growing up in England and Ireland.
Yeah, we'll say what we did.
Why am I whispering?
I don't know. So we'll say what we did.
Traditions that you had with your family when you were growing up?
We were super Catholic, you know, so my mum had us like do our first communion, confession, got us confirmed and everything. So we were very much raised Catholic, and as a lot of that came with the traditions.
Well, my mother was a great baker, and she was baking mostly every day. And my father had a wee wireless and was sitting, listening to it, different programmes, sing-alongs.
So Henry, did you agree with his traditions?
Yeah, there's not very deep traditions here in England.
There's not very deep traditions here in England.
And it is mainly just football and stuff like that, really.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think rugby is definitely, well, where I grew up in Belfast, it was more encouraged.
Using ones in Ivana is always asking what I mean, so we thought we'd do a little competition.
Yeah, there's still quite the language barrier at times. So we decided the best way to settle this was a slang quiz. Hope you're ready for...
Slang. 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 Slang.
That's right, get your slang out for the lads. Speaking of lads, we have two joining us today as we team up to quiz each other. So how are you boys today?
Yeah, I'm very good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, good. Thanks very much.
Well, will we go ahead and start with our first word?
Yeah, let's do it. So the first word I have is banjaxed.
Banjaxed.
Yes.
That just don't sound like a word. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds more like a chocolate.
You just made up a random noise there.
I have to say, I don't think we use it up in the north. I think it's more Southern Ireland that this one's used.
Yeah, it is more of a southern
I'm
thing.
just going to go for a guess. Nuts.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay, so if something is broken beyond repair, it's banjaxed, can't be fixed.
Okay.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. So our first one is bobbins.
Bobbins? Stupid.
Clothes.
Like silly or frivolous?
Silly, yeah, I'll give you silly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll give you silly.
Our second one is faffing about.
Faffing about, yeah. We have that one.
Yeah.
Did you actually?
Yeah, messing about.
Yeah,
Like,
that was disappointing. I thought
Nice easy
I
point
got
for
you in
England
that
there.
one.
There we go, easy one.
Well done.
But,
Win for Ireland there.
we'll be right back with our St Paddy's and St George's information for you there.
You're listening to England versus Ireland on BATAR Radio.
Hey, look at my new wheels.
Oh my god, Becky, is that your new car? How did you even afford that insurance?
I went to Giants Insurance. And it was the cheapest I've ever seen. Get your quick and easy quote online now.
Eduardo's Pizza opening tonight in Middleton. Ham, pepperoni, peppers, mushroom, chicken, sweet corn, all the meats you want, and pineapple? I guess so. And all 2 for £12.
You're listening to England versus Ireland on BATAR Radio.
Welcome back to the show of England versus Ireland. Another thing that people associate with each country is St George's and St Patrick's Day. However, lots don't actually know what happened on these days, so we're just going to go through a quick 30-second rundown of each.
Yeah, I'm actually interested to find out what happens on St George's Day because I have no idea about it. But let's start with St Patrick's Day. When he was released, he then went back to Britain and studied Christianity further. He had a vision to bring Christianity to the Irish people. He tried preaching, but wasn't welcome, so moved to a small island and he gained followers there before moving to the mainland to spread his beliefs more.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
I
He
know.
wasn't even called Patrick.
And he wasn't even Irish either.
That's baffling. Well, St George's Day, George killed a dragon and saved a princess, so they could get access to the water now. He was executed for being a Christian on April 23rd, 303, and now is buried in a town in Israel. So that's the reasons for the day, but many people celebrate them in different ways. So we sent out 2 researchers to find out what people did.
So, what did you do for St George's Day this year?
To be completely honest with you, I didn't even know when St George's Day was.
And what did you do for St Patrick's Day?
Me and my friends went to the local Irish bar and got so drunk. One of the best nights of my life.
So Henry was just telling me that he actually celebrates St Paddy's Day more than St George's Day, is that right?
Yeah, we normally just go out for a drink on St Paddy's Day, but no one really knows St George's. We normally just sit in, well, this is what I do, and just go, oh,
Yeah.
it's St George's. There's not really much you can do for it.
People definitely use St Paddy's Day as an excuse to drink.
Yeah, go out in all the green.
Yeah,
and
definitely in Ireland, everyone goes full out. We dress in green head to toe. Some people even paint their faces green, but it's a fun day.
It is a really fun day, to be honest, and cheap drinks.
Yeah. Well, through our games between the two countries, mine came out on top, as I thought. But it was interesting to get to know England a little bit more.
And a little friendly competition doesn't hurt anyone. It is always a bit of fun here in the studio. I am a bit gutted.
You were so confident at the start.
I really was. That's all from us now. Not going to lie, I do feel a bit defeated, but I'll definitely redeem myself in the next competition. Tune in at 11 a.m. next week with Ivana and I. It's now 11:30 a.m, 11:20 a.m, and this is BATAR Radio.
From the University of Salford, this is BATAR Radio. Now you're talking.
That was really fast. I feel like I was talking really fast.
Hey, we both messed up in the end.
Yeah.
What did you say at the end?
11:30. I was like, oh wait.
That's wrong.
It was our first time. I mean, I was literally like.
Well done, folks. Thanks
Thank
for coming in
you.
last
Right,
year.
right.
You know, you should get these feedback.